12 months ago, this was barely a prototype, and now it is the Crusader 64. This is a year in review of the Crusader 64, although technically I did create a small prototype in 2024 and it was a rough, broken mess of a project, but it led me to create this game. Fast forward to February 2025 and I got to showcase the game publicly for the first time. This demo was held together with Hope and Sellotape. I was trying to stick the code together. The game was sort of in a very, very rough state. Around this time I was also developing a dialogue system that I've been working on since 2023, which helped me lock in the game's slightly weird tone. Using this dialogue system, it basically allowed me to have interactable elements in my game. So at that point in time, I'd only showcased the game at one event, but I officially announced the Crusader 64 on my birthday. This was also the first look at the original model of the Crusader 64. Looking back now, yeah, we'll come back to that. Shortly after, I went to Bruges to take reference images of different areas in Bruges to gain sort of an insight on how I wanted the game to look. When I got back, I somehow ended up on BBC Radio Somerset talking about the Crusader and how I was going around different places in Somerset taking reference images to add to my game. Development carried on. I built my first dungeon, I added puzzles and started shaping the open area. This is also where the globlets appeared. Frog-like creatures that do look a little bit odd. At this point, I also playtested the game on a CRT. This was mostly because I thought it looked quite cool, but what I soon came to realise is taking a CRT to expos with you is a lot more work than it should be. In April, I showcased the game in UCA in Farnham. This was the first booth that I really made my own, so I had a new tablecloth, I used the CRT, and I had free stickers for anyone who wanted to playtest my game. So that showcase in Farnham took a lot out of me because I basically had a little bit of crunch leading up to the event. I really wanted the game to work as smoothly as possible and look as nice as possible. After that, I took a short break to do the dev diaries, which were 3 prototypes that I created in 3 separate days, just testing out ideas and having some fun making YouTube videos. But having that week off, I came back and I realised a big problem with my game. I didn't like how the main character looked. So I did the sensible thing and I rebuilt him from scratch to look like the concept art that I'd been creating for the whole year. I also gave him a swordfish because why not give him a swordfish? And then in May I made the biggest decision of the Crusader 64 so far. I completely reworked the first area of the game. I don't know if it was the rebuilding of the 3D model of the Crusader, but the first area needed a lot of work and I decided to rebuild it from scratch. New textures, we got water, sand, a new open area to explore, and I just felt that this brought so much more life into the Crusader 64 because the previous area of the game was so small and so compact. I limited myself with making areas for you to actually explore, and it finally made everything just click. For the first time, this game felt like a game. By June, I was creating new UI, I was adding different NPCs in the game, and I sort of, at that point, I knew exactly what creatures were going to be in the game and the areas that are going to be created for my game. Also, I made a very important decision. There will be no hearts. Instead, you collect milk cartons that replenish your health. Yeah, the Crusader drinks milk to recover his health. There we go. I then took the games to Develop Brighton, Nottingham Games Fest, To the Moon, and the Good Game Dev Fest. For each expo, I brought a brand new demo with refined game mechanics and improved visuals. I also learned that bringing a CRT to an event is very challenging, and I don't know how many times I can do it in the future. I still stand by it, it does look quite cool on CRT, so I don't know if I'll keep to that or not. After a short detour creating a game jam project called Tape Man, I then created the Chatter Chamber, which is a spider-run communication hub that helps the player out. It's also where I pivoted to add 2D elements to my game, such as the icons for the bottom left, just giving the characters expressions. And in September, I reworked the art again. I committed to the retro style aesthetic with a modern twist, so I decided to recreate the skybox from the ground up, and having that permanent red sky became part of the world's story, showing the Devil King's influence on the world. I also added a subtle CRT filter and then pivoted towards my main goal of 2025. The trailer. From the start of the year, I always wanted to create a trailer for Halloween this year. And somehow, against all odds, I finished a trailer showcasing the gameplay for the Calcium Crusader. I pulled together everything I learnt this year, genuinely really proud of it, and if you don't like it, feel free to let me know and tell me, but please be kind. This was also with the help of Dominic Beach, who created the music for the trailer. The feedback I've got has been really great from every event I've showcased at. Anyone who's taken the time to play my game, or even just watch any of these videos to see how the development of the Calcium Crusader has progressed from the start of the year to where it is now, I want to say thank you very much to everyone. Now we are here. This has been 12 months of full-time development on the Calcium Crusader 64. I'm taking a short break over Christmas because I think I've earned it. So next year there'll be new dungeons, new puzzles, and combat. And hopefully I might have a boss in the game as well with combat. I need to get a boss finalized and finished in this game. Thank you for sticking around, supporting my game, and watching this very strange story about a skeleton being brought to life get told. I'll see you next year. Have a good Christmas. Bye bye. Thank you.